Hi, in this video, I'm going to explain to you a very beautiful part of essay writing. That is where you are actually tossing the entire essay in your mind and then doing brainstorming through which you will be actually doing frameworking. I'm going to give you a beautiful tool of the framework and then also give you 10 points through which you can make a framework. And I promise if you have got those checklist, a kind of spreadsheet of those 10 points, you go on ticking, you will never go wrong. That's my promise. So try using this technique and this will really help you. I'm trying to make a very simplistic version of the very complex thing of the brainstorming we all the time do, but don't remember those 10 points. As I told you that when you're doing frameworking, you should be actually moving it like in a step manner, and I told you 10 points. Point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I would expect that all of you, while you're watching my video, at the same time you try by hearting all the 10 points. It'll be beautiful use of the time that we are doing. And then in that, the first thing that you have got is the title. Title is the topic that you have taken, and then I told you that how to decide about my previous video, how to decide about the topic. On those parameters you have decided about the topic. That's the point number 1. Then the second thing is that you break it on the basis of idea. Idea, you are breaking it. Idea is nothing but the framework tool that we just explained to you. So that's like second thing. Title, then we have got idea, then we have paragraph. Paragraph is something where I would expect that you are trying to break this. You keep writing a small keywords for each one of them and try and see as to how many paragraphs that you can make out of this. Let's say 2 paragraphs of this, 3 paragraphs of this, and then again 2 paragraphs of this. So that way I am taking the third point is topic, idea and paragraph. Now the fourth thing that you should be doing is analysis, because these paragraphs would not go like as one sentence. There have to be some analysis. So you try and see that can I analyze this. I'm giving you certain tools for analysis, and they are very standard tools that you have got. One tool of analysis is logic. Whatever the central idea that you have got, try and substantiate it with the logic that you have got. That means that there should be some logicality behind them. The second is that you should substantiate it with example that you have got. That is some example for the same thing. You have to think here while you are structuring it that do I have got some example for that. Then the third tool that you can have is fact. They don't need to essentially come in the same order, but sometimes the logic is so powerful that you don't need example. Sometimes example is so powerful you don't need logic. Sometimes you don't have any one of them, but you have a fact. So logic, example and fact are the tools of analysis. And then one more is tone. Whichever tone that you have got, that must be reflected in the analysis of that particular paragraph. So this is what we have got, and it's so easy to remember. Can you read it? L-E-F-T, left. Now after this, when you have done that analysis for all the paragraph, the next thing that you should be looking into is examine. Now I have got my own framework, and let me examine this. This is how your mind gave it, and now you are actually checking if it is right or not. It's a very delicate art that I am talking about, essay writing, and all essayists follow it with a lot of mastery. You can also follow it with practice. I think the mastery is basically through the practice. So the examination, the first examination that you got, that will be point number 6 that you have, is that layering, we call it. Layering is that you see that if this point that you have taken as a paragraph, let's say this is topic, this is idea, this is paragraph, try and see that if this paragraph has got so many dimensions, why not I remove it from here and take it here. That means upper layer that you have got. And then let's say it was a history here, and you think that you can write 3 paragraphs on ancient, medieval and modern dimension. So instead of keeping it here, that you keep it here and history, and then write 1 paragraph on ancient and the medieval and another on modern that you have got. So that way one can imagine that you have got this entire thing of layering through which you are moving above and below. Or sometimes it can be the reverse way also, like you had taken 2 paragraphs, but you think that no, I think 1 layer is enough, so I like to leave it there itself. So layering is like vertically moving the topics that you have taken for analysis. Second thing that you should be doing is what we can call this as fusion. Fusion is something where I would see when I'm looking at analysis. Let's say I was doing an optional framework, and there I had law, PubAd, and then I also picked up at the same place is political science. So every time I'm analyzing this, every time the same fact, the same logic, the same example comes up. So writing 3 times the same thing, it is better to refuse it. So layering examination is while moving vertically, fusion is actually collecting them together, horizontally moving them together and then making sense out of them. So writing one effective paragraph is better than writing 2 places slightly less effective. So fusion is the second thing. The third thing that you have got, when you have done layering and fusion and you're not very happy with it, please don't hesitate in cancellation. One less paragraph, nobody would ever know. So if I'm having this paragraph and then probably I'm not very confident about this, I think I would be more than happy to have it cancelled. Examiner would never come to know. But one weak paragraph in the entire essay would shine and will bring down the image of other paragraphs also. So I suppose cancellation has to be there. Then the 9th thing that I should be doing is ordering. Ordering is what I mean by ordering is that I will try and see that this is the way my mind gave this idea, no? My mind gave this paragraph, but then normally the ordering, even for your answer writing, I see people write the biggest point, then slightly lesser, and the signing of last point is very, very weak. That's not the good thing that you should have. In fact, ordering should be something which is what I can expect is that you should save the second most important point as the last point. This is the structure of your essay I want. So save the second most powerful paragraph. If you're writing an organic essay, you don't have a choice. You have to write past, present and future. But then wherever you have a choice, save something for the last. And that is something which is what I basically mean, that you should sign off with a third. That's what is very important. So this is what I would say. Try ordering of idea, then ordering of paragraph. Ordering of idea, you can say like, I'll take this as A, this as B, this as C, this as D, this is E, this is F. And then accordingly, I will take this as paragraph number 1, then we'll take paragraph number 2, paragraph number 3, paragraph number 4, and then likewise I am moving in. So ordering of idea, ordering of paragraph, with keeping in mind the last paragraph to be a powerful one, the second most powerful paragraph. And the last thing that we have to keep in mind is linker. What I mean by that, when we are moving between the paragraphs, there's a decent transition. Like I'm moving from paragraph number 1 to paragraph number 2, I have to decide about what kind of linker I am using. Linker is like you can use it from the last part of the paragraph and the first part of the paragraph. It could be any way. It could be like here also linker can be given, here also linker can be given. But I am sure we have to, when we are frameworking the essay, we should be also clear about the linker as well. So linker from below, linker from above, irrespective linker has to be there, and linker has to be part of the framework itself. So these are the 10 points I would like you to quickly remind you that you have got topic, idea, paragraph, analysis. Very simple, TIPA. Just remember that, TIPA. So this is the 4 point. 5th, logically examine, and there are 3 examines that you got: layering, then fusion. Layering is vertical movement, fusion is horizontal movement, similar paragraph brought together, cancellation is cancellation. And only after you have done that, you will do ordering, because you can't do ordering afterwards. You have to do, after cancellation or whatever, you have to do ordering, and then you have to do linker, because after ordering only linker would come. This will give you some idea about frameworking of an essay, and I am sure when you have frameworked well, I would imagine that you write an effective essay in the examination hall.